I have been obsessed with this game lately, and even though I've recommended it in the past during Steam sales, I realized I never actually made a proper video on it, so today I want to talk about it. Bo X Pit is a brick breaker crossed with a survival style roguelite crossed with a base builder. It kind of sounds like it shouldn't work, but it does. It came out in October 2025. It's $15 and it just got its final free update at the start of this month, which is the other reason I wanted to get to it now. In this game, you're at the bottom of a pit. Enemies come down at you in waves and you fire bows up at them that bounce around and clear them out. That's pretty much the whole run. What actually hooks you in this game is the fusion system. You can pick up different bows as you go, and if you combine two of them you get a third one that's actually stronger and often just ridiculous. There's over 60 of them and there's hundreds of different combinations. So half of the run is you trying to remember what you already found and try to combine them, and you have different combinations, and every run goes pretty much differently. And then between the runs you go back to your town and you can build it up, you can unlock characters, you can buy permanent upgrades that carry over to the next run, and that's pretty much the part that kept me coming back to this game pretty much every night. They have this free update that came out on August 6th, it's called the Naturalist update, it's free. And I think it's the third and last of the 3 drops that they promised for 2026. And it brings new characters, new styles of play, all that stuff. So if you played this game at launch and then you kind of drifted off, all 3 of the 2026 updates are in the game now. And there's a lot more variety than what you probably remember, so it's probably a good time to pick it back up. The game is Steam Deck verified, which, as I've said before, doesn't mean much in practice. However, with this game, there's nothing to worry about. On max settings, nothing turned down. It plays at 90 FPS the whole way throughout. I couldn't get it to drop in anything I tested, and that includes the messier late run screens where there's a lot going on the screen. Battery life on the Steam Deck OLED, without an FPS cap, I'm getting around 4.5 hours, and at 60 FPS it's closer to 5 hours and 15 minutes, so about 45 minutes extra. Which one you go with depends on how you play. At 90 the bow movement is smoother and it does look better, so if you're at home near a charger I would just leave it at 90, but for me this is a commute game, short runs, and I'd rather have the extra 45 minutes, so I'm on 60 most of the time. Now if you guys are enjoying this breakdown and you're into Steam hardware, PC and handheld gaming, consider subscribing to the channel. Now sometimes the Steam Deck is a bit too bulky for where I'm taking it, so I also love playing this on my Odin 3. I'm running Armada OS on my Odin, and I've talked about this before, it kinda makes your Odin 3 work like a Steam Deck. In terms of the game, same story, max settings, no drops, nothing to tune. I'm actually playing it at 120 FPS because the Odin screen is 120Hz refresh rate. It's got plenty of headroom for this one, and I would be surprised if any current handheld struggled with it. The screen is the thing I would point out here. The colors in this game are really saturated, so if you have something with an OLED screen, it looks really good. The art stays readable when it's small, so it looks great on that panel. I didn't do proper battery rundown on the Odin like I did on the Steam Deck, so I'm not gonna throw out a specific number, I didn't measure it, but I think it's more than 3 hours for sure. Now I said the art stays readable, but on the Odin 3 the text can be a little bit small. Some of the bold descriptions can be a little bit small. You can definitely read it, but you might find yourself leaning in a little bit to the screen to do it. Not a deal breaker, but worth knowing. I think this is a great game for the price. It often goes on sale. It runs perfectly on both these devices at max settings. 3 free updates since launch, no paid DLC. I think it's also on Game Pass too, if you've got that. And for handheld, I think it's one of the easier recommendations I've made this year. And just because the run length fits how I play on these devices. 10-20 minutes, put it down, come back later. If you sit down and play it for 3 hours straight, it can get a bit repetitive, and I guess that's fair. But I think that's not really how most of us are playing this game on a handheld. And the devs have said there is more Bo X Pit news coming this year, maybe next year. Nothing confirmed on what that means, but after 3 updates, I'm curious where this game will go. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike and let me know what I can do to improve. If you're into Steam, Steam Deck, Steam hardware and gaming handhelds, consider subscribing to the channel and consider joining the Steam Flow Steam group. Link will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.